Since in the matzah we are in now, there's a real strong need to strengthen our bitachon in Hashem. So I would like to tell another story of a Yid who had bitachon in Hashem, and Hashem helped him. And he was a Poshet Yid, but his bitachon was so serious, so sincere, and he really meant it. The Leibel Schapiro helped him. And this is the story. One of the Polish Rebbes, his name was Reb Noach from Lichvich. So he was once talking to his Chassidim about Emunah and Bitachon. So he told him a story about the Ish Poshut that reached Emunah Pshuta and Bitachon Bitmimus, and he was Matzliach. There was a simple person, his name was Hirschke. His parnosa was that he used to deal in the marketplace with the Goyim. The Goyim would bring all kinds of things from their fields, leather, skin, honey, wax, milk, all kinds of other things to sell in the market. And the people who wanted to buy it in the market in order to sell it to other people, so they would go 2-3 hours before it got light in the morning outside the city to meet these goyim when they're coming from their fields into the city to the market. They would catch them there in order to get from them the merchandise before other people will get. Now once a darshan came to the city on Shabbos, and he darshan in the shul that you have to have bitachon in Hashem. And he was masbir that you have to have bitachon in Hashem because no one will take away anything of yours anyway. If something is set aside in Hashemayim, it should be yours. No one is going to take it away. Hashem will make sure you get it. And therefore, there's no reason to be worried or anything else. Hashem will give you anything that He has to give you anyway. He spoke, this darshan was a Yerushalayim, so what he spoke went into the heart of this Hirschke, and he decided tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow is the Yom HaShuk. And every week, the day of the marketplace, he would go out very early, like I said before, outside of the city, make sure that he comes first in order to get the merchant that he has. But since he heard from the darshan that no one's going to take it away anyway, whatever is set aside for him will be his, so there's no reason for it to go out. So came Sunday morning, he continued to sleep. His wife, when she saw that it came already the time for the market and he's still sleeping, she started pushing him and screaming at him, tell him. And he says, listen here, my wife, I heard from the darshan that no one takes away anything that's set for me. So why should I go in the snow and in the cold to go to these goyim? Nothing is going to stop. If Hashem wants to give it to him, he'll give it to anybody. And he really, really, really meant it on emes. So she started screaming at him and cursing him. He said, darshan is getting paid for his drasha, and you're going to sit here and not do anything. And he says, no. He didn't care what she was screaming. He said, no, I'm not going. Now, the goyim passed by with their wagons passing by his house. So he heard inside the house that there's a whole commotion outside, which means the sochrim are dealing with them, etc., etc. So now his wife certainly started screaming at him, are you crazy? They're going to buy all this chayra and you're not going to get anything. So he says, no, you think they can come to my house? If Hashem wants to give it to me, they'll come to me. I don't have to come to them. And all of a sudden, you're knocking on the door. And they hear the goyim saying, we're not selling anything to anybody till we come to Hirschke and see what he wants to buy. First, the other Sochim told him, what do you mean Hirschke? Hirschke died, that's why you don't see him. So he says, no, it's not true. And they knocked on the door and they started screaming, Hirschke, get up. He got up, he opened the door, and they came in, and he bought from them everything that he wanted to buy anyway. They sold it to him. And from then on, he didn't have to go out of his house. Every week, the goyim would come to his house, sell him what he wants, and he would get parnosa bekovet, etc., etc. And this Rebbe of Lichvich said, the reason that happened is because he really, really had the real emunah with hanem. It's not just, sometimes you have a emunah bitachon because you have no choice. You see no end. You see nothing is going to happen. You see nothing good could come. So you have no choice. You have bitachon. He really, really had bitachon without coming into the calculations of his seichel. Therefore, this happened. If a person mixes in his own seichel and he doesn't do it with mimes, lav dafka it'll help. So you have to train ourselves to have the real bitachon. And if we have bitachon, the Eibush will help take us out of this sorah and get rid of this sorah, and we'll be zeicher to the Gula Shleima very soon.